Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's cold out here, about 39 degrees. Hey, check this out. I'm going to give you guys a update on my town fescue in Texas. Now, the weather has been not so kind as far as growing seeds is concerned. I put the seeds out kind of late because it was still hot in October, all the way through October. September in the hundreds. October was pretty hot. You know, we really didn't get any good temperatures for seeding until later on in October. And then it gets cold. You know, it was just a real short window, and it just didn't have time to get all the seeds to grow up. So what that means is that I'm going to have to wait till spring and do some spring seeding. And to be honest with you, probably I would not have to, because I've already thrown a ton of seeds out here, and it just the germination just didn't happen. So the seeds will just sit there until the growing season starts over again. It will still germinate. It just didn't germinate this season because it didn't have a long enough period of growing. So you can see here some of the green parts, like right there. That's tower fescue. Some little parts came up. But this is going to be the area of main focus here. And to give you the story on this, I killed everything out here with glyphosate in anticipation of overseeding. And another thing about overseeding, I know you watch a lot of guys, Pete and all these guys with doing these lawns. There is a method out there. One of it is a complete renovation, where you just take everything to dirt, and that doesn't work for everyone. Let me tell you why. Okay, one of the biggest reasons why going to dirt, just bare dirt, doesn't work for everyone is, I'm on a hill here. It's hilly, and there's no way possible that I could level all of this. This is what it's going to be. Can't bring in dirt to level this, you know. Can't do it. 2 acres of, it's just not happening. So when you take that soil and you break it up and you make it loose, when it rains, oh my God, you lose a lot of your topsoil. It takes it right on along with it. Now, these roots from the weeds and the grass is actually holding your soil in place. It's much better to leave it there, because weeds don't have a problem coming up between it. Weeds will grow straight up out of the ground in between all your grass. So don't think other seeds won't do it either. So this is one of the things that I made a mistake on, is trying to go to bare dirt, because the rain would just wash everything away. And I mean everything. It just all went down this hill here. So it just washed away because of the hill and the grade that I'm on. So the better situation is to leave the dead grass there and let the roots continue to hold on to the dirt, the topsoil, and then I'm overseeding. I did do some, let me see if I can get a picture of this. Good one right there. You see those little holes? Those are, you can actually tell the holes where the aerator punched and the seeds grew up through the holes. That's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this again, and what I'm going to do is get a dethatcher. I'm going to dethatch it to get the top of it loosed up, get a lot of soil available for seed contact, and then I'm going to aerate, overseed, and then I'm going to take the dethatcher again and run it over it again, so to try to get it as much of it is covered up as possible. And one of the main reasons is I need the roots and the old dead grass to be there. I'm going to use some dethatcher, you know, to help it decay, and really it's going to end up being food for the new seedlings. It's going to end up being food. That's a lot of nutrients that I'm gonna have in the grass, in the dirt for the future. So I don't want to go to bare dirt. I don't want to strip it out. I don't want to strip the nutrients, and I don't want to lose all my topsoil that's going to go down the hill when it rains real hard. So you have an opportunity to maintain more of your seeds, because it'll get wedged in between the little dead roots and everything, you know, and then won't necessarily roll downhill. Whereas if you get just plain dirt, it's just going to roll. All of it, the whole entire top is going to roll off, because it has nothing to hold it and stop it. But anyway, that's the plan. You can see a lot of some of the seeds that popped up anyway, which is great, but it just didn't get a chance to take hold because I didn't have the weather that I needed. Anyway, just want to make this quick video. The next aeration and overseed is going to be a good while from now, which is this spring. And it should be nice. I should have all of that covered up. I'm getting ready to, I've got all the seeds already ordered. Got a lot of everything that I need already ready to go. Anyway, stay tuned to try to see how this stuff comes out. I learned a lot along the way. I spent a lot of money on a lot of things of research and just listening to people on YouTube, and some of the stuff I learned was great, some was not too great. You know, I did fall prey and victim to some of the hype on some of these new products and stuff that they have, but you know what, I am smarter for it. I really feel confident on what I've learned, and being able to make a YouTube video without being, I guess there's no persuasion from people who are trying to get me to promote or sponsorship and doing all this. I'm just giving you the real. I'm giving you the real, what really works. And I kind of like finding a YouTube channel such as mine, where it doesn't have a lot of views or followers. You know, people with 1 million followers and stuff like that, man, their pages are really, I'm gonna say, those pages, they're just not real, so to speak, because people are paying them to push products on you, regardless if they work or not. You know, they'll tell you that they're biased, but it is. You're getting paid for it, and I totally understand that. But that's not where I am. I spent my money on a lot of this stuff, and I found out that, you know, I could have went different routes in certain ways. And one of the ways that I could go different, this is GCI turf. As you can see, I'm in Texas. This is 1 year of this. So, and I'm in North Texas. And there is no doubt, because you're looking at that GCI turf did survive a hot summer. All of our summers are hot. All of them. We don't have anomalies where, you know, we just have cool summers, you know, in the low 90s. All of them. Either 100 degrees, and if it's not 100 degrees, the heat index is over 100. So it's all hot. And this grass survived. However, as much as this grass has survived, and you see the proof is in the pudding, there is another type of grass that really shines, because the issue that I have with just regular, not GCI turf, but just regular turf type is stuff like this. See that spot right there? It's just not going to fill in. Turf type is not going to fill in. So, doing my research, I come across RTF, Rhizoneous turf type tall fescue. That's what's going overseeded in this. That's what's going out there. And in addition to the RTF tall fescue, I'm adding a genetically modified bluegrass, which is called SPF 30 bluegrass. It can withstand a lot of heat, and let's not get heat mixed up with drought. It can withstand a lot of heat. I suggested it to certain people in my area, and they used it, and in the middle of the heat, it was just green. It was just green. But you had to water it a lot because the roots don't get as much depth as tall fescue, but it's a great mix. I have a sprinkler system down here, so with that sprinkler system, I don't have to worry about the drought so much. So when I put the RTF, which grows with rhizomes, tall fescue, and the bluegrass grows with tall fescue, I cannot have to deal with those bare spots like that and having to overseed all the time. I probably will not have to overseed. I may overseed, you know, every 3 or 4 years, or every 5 years, or something like that. But it's not a yearly deal, which really cuts down on the maintenance for me. So that's going to be the new game plan that I wish I had before I started this journey. You know, I should have did a little bit more research, but it doesn't matter now. I got the knowledge. I know what works. I know how to get it to jump out of the ground. I know about the pH. I know about a lot of stuff. I know about the fungus. I know about you know, how to get that cheap and be able to maintain this. I've learned it all, and starting, you know, the next growing season, hopefully I can get my videos together and my speech and my just coordination together to show everyone how you can maintain a green lawn in Texas year round, which I pretty much did. And that's with limited knowledge. Now, armed with all the knowledge that I have, let me show you this before I log off. This was a low spot that I planted seeds in, and it started to come up. One of the mistakes. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's cold out here. About 39 degrees. Hey, check this out. I'm going to give you guys a update on my tall fescue in Texas. Now, the weather has been not so kind as far as growing seeds is concerned. I put the seeds out kind of late because, it was still hot in October, all the way through October. September in the hundreds. October was pretty hot. You know, we really didn't get any good temperatures for seeding until later on in October. And then it gets cold. You know, it was just a real short window, and it just didn't have time to get all the seeds to grow up. So what that means is that I'm going to have to wait till spring and do some spring seeding. And to be honest with you, probably I would not have to, because I've already thrown a ton of seeds out here, and it just the germination just didn't happen. So the seeds will just sit there until the growing season starts over again. It will still germinate. It just didn't germinate this season because of didn't have a long enough period of growing.